August 20th, 2026. Dear brave me. How do you muster up the courage to do something when you're so afraid to move? I have often wondered how to make that work. How do I do the things that I know I need to do when I need to do them? Today has been not hard, but scary. So I told you yesterday about the job I was waiting to hear from, doing an interview, what that would mean, where that would go. And I was really excited. And it worked. Guys, I did the interview and I was offered a position. And I was so excited because what that could mean is huge. I don't know how to comprehend how great this feels, this opportunity. And then came the talk with my husband. It's a conversation I have to have. And I sit down with him and I'm telling him, this is what happened. Here's what the offer is. What do you think? Where do you fall in all of this? And man, his answer just made my chest hurt. So he said in the decision between staying and going that it was a really big decision to make. And it is. It absolutely is. I don't deny that. But nobody wants to hear that, right? Nobody wants to hear their partner falter on something like that. And so I left it alone for a bit. And I sat there and I was thinking and I said, well, are you surprised? And what I meant was, were you surprised that I got the position? Because it's an opportunity. And his response was, am I surprised that every month and a half you look for a new job? Okay. The difference here being I didn't go looking for this job, guys. It is literally something that landed in my lap. I randomly got an email about a random position that I didn't even know existed. And then it just happened to work out. But it stung. Like I wanted him to be really happy and excited for me and with me. And that's not what happened. And then I ventured again, so like gut reaction, what would you do? And he said he'd stay. So I processed that the best that I could. And I got up and I came to my office and I closed the door and I sat here and I called the people that I knew I could call. Not so much to talk to them about what was going on or what was happening, much more so to be a distraction from having to think about what was happening. And so I called and they picked up and they noticed immediately I was distraught. And they asked several times, like, hey, why are you crying? And I just pretended like I didn't hear. And they continued to joke and talk with me the best that they could until a spider landed on me. And then I freaked out about the spider and I kind of stopped the tears from coming. But I'm hurt. You guys have heard me talk about my marriage many times. And even with all the things that I felt about my marriage and how I feel about where our relationship is. I still didn't see that coming. I still wasn't expecting to be hurt. I thought surely at the end of the day, as long as we were together, we'd figure it out. I have stayed here a very long time, and my husband has a child here, so that's a huge part of it. And that's been a lot of the reason why we've stayed in the area. I understood that, never questioned that. Things are different now. And I thought that maybe this time we would do something for me, you know? He is supportive of me going and taking a position despite the fact that he doesn't like it. And that counts for something. I don't know whether to be extremely sad or extremely excited. I recognize that a lot of people are going to say, well, you could be both. Right, but depending on which one I focus on, it's going to show how I move. I'm trying to be brave. And I think, honestly, that's what brave looks like. It's doing the hard things even though you're scared, right? And so I am preparing myself as much as I can, mentally and physically. And I know that it's going to be a lot of big feelings and hard feelings and in between feelings. And there are going to be times that I cry myself to sleep. And there are going to be times that I'm just bouncing around with excitement. But at some point in time, I have to choose me, right? And I've been talking about for a while rewriting my story. No time like the present. I just always thought that in writing my story, someone else would be involved in it. And while there hasn't been a talk of like the relationship itself and what that means and how that affects it, you can feel something in the air, you know? So I get to learn how to be brave and possibly on my own. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what scares me more, the idea of being by myself and having to deal with my thoughts or having to take care of things on my own. I know that I'm capable of taking care of things on my own. I do it all the time. Being left alone with my thoughts and my feelings, that seems really scary. That seems really hard. I know that there are things I can put into place to make sure that it's okay. So I've got my friends and my doctors, and I can transfer services out there. And I've got family out there. And I've got friends out there, and it'll be an adjustment. But it's not where I expected my life to go. It's not what I expected to sit here and say and what I was hoping would happen the way that it's happening. But it's going to be okay. I can do this. I can do hard things, right? We can do hard things. And it may not always be easy at first. I'm not pretending this is going to be easy. There's lots of decisions and lots of moving parts that have to be made. And they have to happen relatively soon. I get that. I'm not naive. Um, but at the same time, it's one day at a time, one bite of pie at a time. That's all I can do. I can't make it move faster than I want. I can't make it slow down. I only control one bite at a time. And right now, I am going to enjoy this bite of pie that I have. And I am going to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for me. Originally, before I did my podcast tonight, I was to get all pretty, do my hair and get all dressed up. And that felt disingenuous because that's not how I'm feeling. I feel like curling up in a ball and sobbing. I feel like calling all the people I know and telling them my news. I feel scared. I feel a lot of feelings, and I don't know how to process them. But I'm going to take my time with it. My bite of pie today was choosing me, something I'm not really good at, something that I have struggled with a lot in my life, something that I'm going to work on getting better at, choosing me. And that starts now. And that might not look like what everybody else wants it to look like. And I may have people in my life who have very strong opinions and feelings about it. And those are the type of people that I usually let stop me from dreaming big and moving along. But this time it's for me. I have waited almost 43 years to do something for me. It's got to be my birthday present to myself. Giving me some of me back. Editing my story. Making it a story that I want to read and not escape. So, my bite of pie was a hard thing today, but it was an exciting thing today. And given the chance, I probably wouldn't take it back. I know that I sound like I'm probably going to cry after this, and I most likely will. Giving myself credit for not crying during it. I just have to do what's best for me. That does not mean this stops. God, no, because I still have to write my journal every night. That's been a strong peace of mind, and I'd love for you guys to see what it looks like working through your mental health and going after your dreams, going after the things you want, choosing you. And I hope that as I choose myself, that I inspire some of you to choose yourself and to do the things that you need to do. So, I thank you for coming on the ride with me. And I'm excited to see what happens next and where it takes us and what we learn. And I hope you just remember that today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your bite of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.